So today is November 19th, the second day of the cow elk hunt for Utah. Just starting to get out to the hills for the first day. Got off work a little bit early and just driving into where I'm going to start looking for elk, and I just saw some wild horses, so I'll hurry and let you take a look at them. Here's the wild horse I was able to see. They're probably a good 800 yards away, but it's nice coming out and being able to see something since it's been such a crappy year with all the deer hunts and elk hunts so far. So hopefully it's a good sign that I'll be able to find some elk out here too. So I'm out here elk hunting. Still haven't seen any elk, but was able to find this nice buck. It's bedded down with a few does. Pretty cool. Alright, today is the first Saturday of the cow elk hunt here in Utah. It's November 23rd. It's just starting to get light. I was in this area last night hunting. Ended up seeing a decent sized 4-point buck, and just driving in today in a different area, I had another big buck run in front of me. So the deer are definitely in the rutting season right now, but we're just waiting for it to get a little bit lighter so we can take a look up on all these hills and see if we can spot any elk to be able to go after it. So stay tuned, see what we can see. Well, I'm unable to find any elk still, but just ran into these 3 wild horses. Been a really slow morning. This first horses I've seen, and only seen a few cows so far this whole morning. It's about 9:45 now. I've been out here for about 3 hours and haven't seen much of anything. Turns out there's 5 horses and some cows. Just had to get around the road a little bit more. Pretty cool seeing them. So I'm out here elk hunting, trying to find me a cow elk, and out here in kind of a blizzard, and this is the second buck that I've come across. Having a hard time telling if he's just deformed or if he's got a broken tine from the rut or what, but his left side's pretty messed up, like it's been broke off or just a weird deformity. But pretty cool. The other buck, I tried getting it on film. I don't know if I've been able to get it good enough or not yet, but it was quite a bit nicer than this one. Just headed out to hunt again. Got off work early enough and able to come across and see a group of antelope. So that means I've seen deer, antelope, wild horses, but yet to see an elk. So hopefully today will be the day. Pretty good group of antelope. About a mile down the road from where I saw the antelope, and just ran into 3 wild horses. So it's Thanksgiving Day, and there was a big, well, not a huge snowstorm, pretty big snowstorm. It's kind of still snowing now, and I come out hunting anyway since I had the day off, and I ended up finding some elk, but they ended up being like 1,200 yards away. There was 2 cows there, and I unloaded my 4-wheeler, ended up having a flat tire, and so I had to get those pumped up and fixed, and ended up going in after the elk, and I jumped the bull elk but couldn't find the cow elk after that. So we'll see what else we can find when I can come back out the rest this weekend, but the hunt ends Sunday, and so I only got a couple more days of hunting. So hopefully we can get back into them again. It's been a really rough year, but I'm glad I was able to finally see some elk. Alright, today is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Up here walking on a hill in about a foot of snow. I was just driving down the road and saw some fresh elk tracks, and so I decided to come walking after them just to see, because they were super fresh. And on the side of the hill and all these trees, the tracks just went down in circles and followed multiple sets, but I tried staying on the freshest looking one because it was all over the hillside. Found multiple beds, so I think there is multiple elk, unless the same one just moved around and laid down a couple times. But once I got on top of this hill, I've only seen one bull elk run out. Not a very big one, smaller 5-point, but it's nice to at least be seeing elk. And the fog's coming in really bad, so it's getting kind of hard to see, but stay tuned, see if we can find something else. Back up on top of this hill again. As soon as I hit stop recording, I turned around and watched another bull elk run across to another hill beside me. This one was a little bit bigger. It was at least a 6-point, maybe a 7th. The last 2 points weren't very big. I only got a glance of it while I was running. Definitely a different bull. So that's 2 bull elk in here. Yesterday when I was out, I saw what I'm pretty sure was 2 cows, but then after I went in after them, I only saw 2 bulls. And so I don't know if just because of how far away they were that I couldn't tell that there's bulls, or if there's actually 2 cows in here somewhere too. But either way, it's nice to still be seeing elk again. So we'll keep at it and see what we can see. Alright, just to give you guys some perspective of what I just come and did. So my truck's down there, and in between me and the truck is where I saw all the fresh tracks and the couple beds. And I hiked up on this hill to where I can see across, and just on the west side of it, I saw one of the bull elk take off and run down towards the northwest, and then the second one I just saw come around to basically running across this hill back towards the south. So I'm starting to think that maybe there's just only the 2 bulls in here. So I'm gonna hike down and we'll continue on to a different location and just keep glassing all these hills, see if we can see any more fresh tracks. And if I find those beds again, I'll show you a couple of the beds that I found so you can kind of see what we see as we're out here and walking in about 8 inches to a foot of snow right now. So here's one of the bull elk tracks that I followed. They kind of make a circle over there, but we'll kind of follow around. I think one of the beds are just right here in a minute. I already walked here once today, just trying to follow their tracks and stuff, but you can see their tracks every once in a while. Decent sized elk track. Kind of funny to see how they all walk in here and stuff. Just all their different trails they take, so you can kind of see an older trail that they took and then versus a newer one. Same thing down that way. It's where an older trail goes. See, it's fresh tracks there again from where I followed them. Some more older ones, and this is just all since the snow. It's how much these elk kind of walk around in the same little area. Pretty crazy to see how much of just little circles and stuff they'll do. I'm pretty sure they made these couple circles just as I was walking in after their tracks, because pretty sure I just pushed them out of here. I don't think they'd been on the other side of that hill. Come over here and they jumped this tree. Fresh place where they'd been eating or raking their antlers. Go under some low places. There's a good shot of the fresh elk track. More branches. Alright, here we're coming up on one of the beds. You can see they got it melded clear down to the dirt. Hard to say if that's where their bed was for the night or if they just took a break there for a couple hours. Then you come down here and you can see an old bed that's kind of been filled in, so you know something moved in during the storm. That's where one of the sets of tracks went around. But earlier I followed these ones, and the other bed should be right down here in a minute, if I remember right. Tracks are just all over in there. There you can kind of see where another bed was, and another one there. So that definitely tells me there were multiple elk in here, more than just the two bulls. So I think I'll try circling around the hills to where I saw them last and see what else we can see. But there's just tracks go everywhere in here. So here's another place where either they were digging to try getting into these bushes or lay down for a bit. Just tracks everywhere you go. But now you can see I made it in a circle again, and just everywhere you look up in these trees there's a whole bunch of tracks. The elk that could be the same group I was chasing yesterday, because we're probably within a mile where they were last time and stuff, so, and the tracks just go back and forth. But yeah, just letting you guys kind of see what I see as I'm out here hiking. Wow, so it just happened super quick. Just driving up the road shortly past where I saw those other elk. I mean, I'm on the other side, so it's taken me about an hour to drive across. Just driving up on the main road, glassed up on the hill, and there's a single cow elk all by itself at 400 yards. Shot the first time, I'm pretty sure I hit it, because it only went like 10 yards and it stopped and shot again, and I dropped in its tracks. So now I just gotta go get it. So I just got up to the elk that I just shot. There it is. It's got a really bad messed up back foot. So I'm hoping the meat's not ruined in it, but we'll get her down to the truck and see. But glad I was able to get it. Well, I just got the elk back down to the road and to the truck. It's starting to snow on me pretty good, so it looks like I shot it in just about the right time to be able to see before the snowstorm comes and dumps on us again. But I'm by myself, and that ain't no small cow. It's definitely going to be a fun time trying to get it in there. So I'll hurry and get it gutted and see what we can do. This elk has a broken leg, so, and it's all pretty puffy on the leg. I'm hoping the meat's going to be okay. The rest of the elk looks pretty healthy, but that leg definitely got broken pretty bad. So just shows you how tough these animals are, though, that they totally break a leg and they just keep going. So we'll see what we can try and get done. Well, I finally got the elk in the truck and barely made it to where I could get my four-wheeler in the back as well. That was a big old cow elk. Took me about an hour between gutting it and trying to figure out how to get it in the truck. But headed out of the hill now, gonna call and see if we can get it into someone that's gonna cut it up for me and spend the rest of the weekend with my family. Thanks for watching with me, and stay tuned until the next hunt.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel.